Rama and Sita are ideal couple of Indian literature. Here Rama says, "O Sita, I sport with you and Lakshmana here. I enjoy the joys that grow our dharma, being in the course of the great souls." So here, even this kama is for dharma. So wherever Rama says, the dharma is also will be there. Even in romance, the interwoven love and dharma is the real romance we see in Ramayana. The today's topic is Madhurya Bhava. So the topic given for me is Ramayana romance. So when you speak on Ramayana romance, whenever we search as Ramayana romance, I actually googled this topic today, and I came to know that the no in Wikipedia it says Rama and Sita are the perfect couple of Indian mythology. So Rama and Sita are ideal couple of Indian literature. Whenever you see, whenever you Google, see after few, all the topics were nearly related to the same. So when you say Ramayana romance, so we have to take upon the ideal couple. So what do you think the word romance means as per Rama or Sita? Can anybody try the answers? Akyati Hridayam Hrida. Akyati Hridayam Hrida is the heart speaks with the heart. That's what he says as the answer. Any others? Yes. Tatsuka Sukitvam. Mutual understanding. Raghavorhati Vaidehi. Nice. So these are the answers which we expect from real Ramayana students. So the people here are actually regular students of Ramayana, and so they are. So we are getting some answers in this way. And here, what I meant to see is, whenever we speak of Ramayana, you can see anything dharma, artha, kama, all these things with the eye of dharma only. Everything is for dharma. When you see, when you say about Ramayana, when you speak on Ramayana, the dharma is its theme. So, all other things, the artha for dharma's sake, kama for dharma's sake, is a very important thread of Ramayana. So here, this essay, when I meant for this topic, I wanted to actually show the few scenarios in which this Madhurya and Dharma are interwoven. So you cannot speak any episode in Ramayana without Dharma. So here this romance with Dharma is what is we see in Ramayana actually. So that is what I wanted to cover in this, because this is the Gato Margaha Anugamyate. This is the path our elders or our ancestors have shown us to see everything in the in the eye of Dharma. Only with this, say there were no issues. So when you say of romance, we have to see this very important thing of the current situation. We have to say, in current situation, wherever we see a marriage, then immediately we see some breakups. There is no reason, there is no point in breaking up. We visit to many places, no. I have heard, see, some breakups, there is no reason at all. That is only because we are not able to, go in hand with the other. I'm not actually mistaking anybody here. Both the women and men I'm talking about. Somebody can, one or the other can adjust so that the family will be better. So I'm not saying that only women have to adjust or only men, but there is one concept called adjusting, sometimes a man and sometimes a woman, so that that leads to a real romance, because this is the path our ancestors have shown us. Even the ancestors didn't see, when you go to the Indian mythology or Indian ancestors, you cannot say that um, no place they have said that only woman has to adjust. Both both was both were there only. And some way we have to, for no reasons there are so many breakups this nowadays. You see, one marriage I heard, actually there was a breakup. He says, what is the issue? There is no issue. We were actually living together happily, but there is no issue. Then why? Because there is no the chemistry is not working. Why so? You see your the one generation up, you see the people who are just before generations, there'll be, one will be actually the in those times, the many women are housewives only. One will be, having a science background, one with an art background, but they coexisted together. Here, there is no reason, no point in breaking up. Here, what Rama and Sita says, you, as as the Google replays, it is an ideal couple. So we all have to learn. So both had their own, their own points. They had also difference of opinion, but how they solve the situation, that is very important. when you when you see about this subject here, how they solve the situations, how they looked upon each other. When you say Rama, he there is a sloka in Ramana. It says, "Dheerga kalo shitastasmin girau girivana priya vaidehya priyamakankshan swancha chittam vilobhayan swancha chittam vilobhayan." When you say of Rama, it is Valmiki says, Swamcha Chittam Vilobayan. He considers Sita. He wants Sita to be happy always. So, in thinking of her, his wife's welfare, he was also happy. This is what Valmiki says about Rama. When Valmiki says about Sita, what he says is, Sita is, she is praying the nature that my husband should be happy. My husband should be very, he has to return back to Ayodhya happily after finishing his forest life, after protecting his dharma. He has to be back happily. That's what Sita says. Kalindhi madhyamayata Sita tve nama vandata swasti devi tarami tvam parayen me pativratam. So this is what they are showing in their romance. Means the husband always thinking of wife's welfare and a wife thinking of husband's welfare is a perfect couple relationship. That is the romance which we see in Ramayana. So when you understand in this way, when you understand, when a wife is always working for husband's welfare and a husband working for wife's welfare, that is that tatsuka sukitvam, what Srinidhi was answering. Once you see this relationship, then the relationship will be very very perfect. When you see the conversations between Rama and Sita, there are two places in Ramayana where Valmiki describes the conversation between Rama and Sita. One in Ayodhya Ganda, where Rama wants to leave Sita in Ayodhya itself, because he could not protect Sita, because in the forest, you know if something comes, he cannot protect. Is that the reason? Then what else will be the reason? Yes, being a queen, coming to the forest. No, in this area only I see people, when the people come outside, from outside, yo, you're living in forest. That's what they're saying. We have so much of, we have so much of comforts, yet people say you're living amidst a forest. But when Sita went to forest, that was really a forest life. There were no buildings, no fans, no tube lights, no electricity. So Rama thinks in this way, and it was a heavy, thorny way to go. There were thorns here and there. There are wild beasts. That elephant, when it stands there only, we will be fearing here. But now we are going on the way. She is going on the way where the elephants stand, where there are lions, where there are tigers. So what? She may be very, brave, but what Rama thinks is she should not suffer. She should be very happy. So thinking that she will suffer in the forest life, Rama wants to leave Sita in Ayodhya and go back. But what Sita thinks is, once my Rama is going in this way, I can also go. My Rama is going to suffer. My Rama is going to cross these thorns and bushes. Then he is going to see all the wild animals on the way. So I will also go with him. Sita says that uh, when Rama goes, I will also go, because I'm not in that way. See, I told you, no, when we start how Rama sees Sita's welfare. Here, Sita says, "Bhaktam pativratham deenam mam samam sukha dukkayoho netumarhasi kakutsta samana sukha dukkinim samana sukha dukkinim." I have equal part in the joys and sorrows. So I cannot say, Rama, you can go. 14 years only now. You can go and come. Till that, I will go to my mother's house and enjoy. Once you are back, you just give me a WhatsApp message. So before you come, I will be there to welcome you. That can be the, that can be done. But what she thinks is, when Rama goes, I should also go. When Rama will be suffering, a wife's prime duty is, when he is happy, we can also be happy with him. When he suffers, you please suffer, I'll come after your sufferings are over. That cannot be that cannot be told by a wife, an ideal wife. Same thing with Rama, if he says, Sita, you can start, we both will go to forest, then that will be a mistake. He has to think, oh, she is a queen. She cannot come with me to the forest. Forest is not so easy to live. So he convinces Sita in this way. He does an Ashtotra and he says, Marga Dukkamato Vanam, Sita Dukkamato Vanam, Bhale Dukkamato Vanam. One whole sarga he says in this way. And he wants to some way convince and drop Sita, because Sita should not come and suffer with me. That's what he says. But Sita, what she says is, whatever you say, there are two things. Everything is in our how we perceive things only. You perceive in this way that the forest is very hard, the forest is filled with beasts, snakes, whatever he says. Then the stormy dusts all over. Then it will be very, very hot all the time. You cannot afford for AC there. Then what, every all the times you have to take bath for 3 times. That water will not have geyser, so it will not be very hot water. Only know in this summer in Bangalore, in morning, for the people who come from Chennai are not able to adjust. They wanted a geyser. If the geyser is not there, they are complaining. Then they say, I'm hurt, I am with cold and cough only because the geyser is not working. But Sita cannot say all those things. So Rama says, all the 3 times we have to take bath, then we cannot get food. We cannot pluck from the trees the fruits which fall down. Palehi vrikshava patitehi. That only has to be taken. All these things. But this can also be seen in another way, says Sita. Whatever you say, that there are so many issues, so many problems in the all the problems, in one way is to see as problem, and another way is to see it as an adventure. I will always be very happy. I will come with Rama and Sita. I will also make them, I will, with Rama and Lakshmana, I will also join. I will make, them also happy. That's what he says. In this essay, I quoted that also. Sita, she knows without knowing, some people, without knowing what is the danger going to come, they will say yes. Then after, trying a stone and crossing the ocean. In that way, Sita didn't say yes. She knows everything, and still she says yes. I will come, because in this is the time which I have to be with my husband. I have to help him. This is the time I have to encourage him. This is the time I have to share his joys and share his discomforts. That's what Sita says here. So this, in the same conversation, in this 26th to 30th sarga, the same conversation, one sarga, Sita says definitely I will come. The second sarga, Rama says, no, you cannot come because it's very dangerous. It's forest. The snakes will dance on our way. That's what Rama is saying. And again Sita says, I am not afraid for all these snakes. No. Gajamba vikshya simmamba vyagramba vanamashrita naharayati santrasam bahu ramasya samshrita. I'll be very happy because I am not traveling with a person who is always afraid. I am with a Veera. I am traveling with a king of this place. So he's Veera. So when I see snake, when I see an elephant, I will go and I will hug my husband. I will place my head on his shoulders. Then I will see this elephant from there. That's what she says. So seeing everything as an adventure, this sarga, the next sarga actually, again he convinces some way you have to be here only. Ihaiva bhamini. That's what he says. But what Sita says, I I am actually going agrataste gamishyami mridganti kushakantakan. What she says is, I'm not going to come back of you. All these are norms only. Only wife can come only at the back of the husband. All these are norms. All these are, you know, these are all not the practice from our Vedic times. They were given equal importance. Even Veda mantra says they are to be treated as friends. So here Sita says, I'll go in front of you. Why? Why to go in front of me? Just to show I'm everything. No. I will clear the ways. I will clear the ways of these thorns. I will clear the thorns with my sari. Then Rama can walk happily. That's what she says. That is both tat sukha sukitvam and tat dukkha dukkitvam, both in the same place. So in the same, this five sargas, they're both conversation when you take, that will be a example for real Ramayana romance. So both for each other's welfare, they're caring for each other's welfare, is real Ramayana romance. After all these things, Rama, after Sita was convincing him to some way take her, Rama didn't want to. He some way wanted to leave him. But at last, what Sita did is she ran and she hugged Rama, and she said, "Only when I take my hands, you can go. Only when I allow, you can go. So I definitely will follow you." That's what Sita was telling at the last. After Sita telling this, this Rama wanted to take Sita with him. What was his reply? Kirtihi atmavatayata. Just like one realized soul cannot be, separated from glory. Likewise, we both cannot be separated. That's what Rama replies. So he wants to take, but but he also wants welfare for Sita. If she is here, she'll be very happy. If she is in Ayodhya, she'll be very happy. If she is in forest, that will be a different case. But what Sita says is, when I am in Ayodhya, though there are so much of comforts, though there are elder people to help me, though there are all the people to do service for me, the perseverance is different. Even if I am in Ayodhya with all these things, only Rama is missing here. Everything is there. Everything is missing for me. If all these things are not there with me, only Rama is with me, I'll be very happy. I will mitam. What she says is mitam dadati pita, mitam mata, mitam sutaha, amitasya hi dataram, bhartaram, kana pujayet. When she replies Kausalya says, when she wants to, inform Kausalya that she is also accompanying Rama. That way, Kausalya was advising Sita. In that place, she says, I will definitely go with him. I see everything. So that is an ideal relationship which Sita shows us. That is, that husband can be seen as mother, can be seen as father, can be seen as brother, can be seen as friend. That is why Madhurya Bhava is very, very, this Madhurya Bhava is very important, because no, in all other bhavas, if it is an Vatsalya Bhava, if a father cannot see his son in another way. But whereas in Madhurya Bhava, a wife can see husband as there are all the bhavas will also be there. He can also, a wife can see husband as son, as father, as brother, as friend. All other bhavas will be there in Madhurya Bhava. Similarly, an husband sees his wife as mother sometimes, as wife sometimes, as sister sometimes, as friend sometimes, and all other bhavas will also be covered here. That is why Madhurya Bhava is very, very important. So that is the romance here we are talking with. So I have some incidents for this Ramayana romance in 55th Sarga of Ayodhya Ganda. It says, Tatra Sriyamivacintyam Ramo Dhasharatif Priyam Ishat Samlajjamanam Tam Adhyaropayataplavam. Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita, with the help of Guha, they crossed the Ganga. Now they wanted to cross Yamuna, where nobody is there. All the Guha's persons have gone back. And Rama and Lakshmana were, they made their own raft. They constructed the raft. Yesterday we were hearing Dr. Venkatesh ji telling us all the 64 kalas. And Rama knows everything, all the 64. He is well versed in. Now I remember of the article which our Anna has written on this one. 64 கலைகளும் ராமாயணம் 64 கலைகளும். All the 64 kalas in Ramayana he has written. In that way, one is building a ship, building a raft. So Rama and Lakshmana were building a raft, but there was some professionalism in Guha's raft, because he always builds this one. So he also had steps, but here there were no steps, and Sita couldn't enter the raft. She was, ஆடுறது படகு, it is a river. So she was slightly, she is not actually um, பயந்தவள் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. But what is, when she does like this, there will be some reaction from Brahma. That's what she wants. Wherever there are, Anna used to say, as wherever she says that honeybees Brahmara Bhitam Premika Sitam. That's what. Why she can even walk in the war field. But why she is um, by seeing this honeybee, she keeps her face as if she is fearing, because only in that time there will be a opposite reaction. So that is what see here also, she can easily climb the raft and she can go with her. Now she says, this is river, no steps, I could not climb this raft. Now Lakshmana says, I will see somewhere to, somewhere banks to have this raft, and from that banks Sita can get inside. And he was seeing here and there, but at that time Rama lifted Sita and he made her sit in the raft. So that was the, and that time Sita was also, see, there was what she says, Sita blushes as her face turns red, because Lakshmana was also there. So she was Ishat Samlajjamanam Tam. Here also Valmiki says the beautiful the slokas where Valmiki deals with the romance are very beautiful in Ramayana. See, Ishat, Ishat means slightly Samlajjamanam. She was very much blushing. That's what Valmiki says here. So that is a beautiful expression here. So Sita wanted, Rama lifts Sita in his arms and he helped her to get inside the raft. That's what Valmiki here says. And Rama is in the mindset that to keep Sita happy at all times in the forest. So he wants to care about the all the problems she is facing. So he lifted her and he placed her in the raft. That's what he says. Then after a few minutes, the raft started moving in Yamuna river. Now I already told that sloka that Sita was praying for Rama's welfare, not only Rama's welfare. Romance here means an ideal couple is, it is related to both the families also. It is not only the couple, only two people. Marriage is something where two families are related. So he says, now here not only Sita prays for Rama's welfare, he also says, my husband, my mamanar, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, everybody should be fine. When we return safely to Ayodhya and see everything in Ayodhya in a normal pace, then I will donate so much. That's what she was praying. So that is the welfare of the entire family. That is a real couple, and ideal marriage is to take care of the entire family, both from men's side and also from the women's side. That's what here he is saying. Similarly, the next incident is actually on reaching the land. Rama and Sita, Rama says this is the first after after Guha with his all working persons together. Till now, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana were with some people here and there. Now this is the first day they are going to be alone. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana alone in the whole forest. So we should be very vigilant on protecting Sita. So you go in front, Sita will come in the middle, and I will come in the rear. So when something comes from the front, you can take care of. Some dangers from the front, you have to take care of. Something from the rear, I will take care of. But nothing should affect Sita. Ultimately, we both can take Janaki Bahubandavaha. That's what Valmiki says. So how Rama and Lakshmana takes care of her in this way, they are vigilant always. Even in this incident, Virada's incident, he says, I have to be, you have to plow and you have to dig and you have to roll me into that hole. Then only my shapa will diminish. Then now, even this place, Rama is very vigilant. He's keeping his legs in the neck of that Rakshasa. And he said, these are all Rakshasas. They will say something and they will they will some by some way they will hurt Sita. That's so we should be very vigilant till Lakshmana is making a place, digging the ground. Rama was very very vigilant, keeping his leg in his neck and seeing him carefully, so that he will not come, he will not get up. When both will start digging, if he get up and if he hurts Sita, that will be a very issue. That's what Rama says. Even when Virada was carrying Rama and Lakshmana, Rama was very cool. He was saying, Lakshmana, don't worry. He is taking to the marga which we have to walk only. There is no ratha, there is no horse, no. Let he take for a few minutes. But when he says, see, when he sees Sita crying and running, that way, in that place only, he was very much affected. Then he cut the hands of that Virada. One more thing is, when he carried Sita, Rama was there. He says, when I am here, some Rakshasa is lifting Sita is very, very, no, I'm very much worried, because when I'm here, he cannot lift. He is lifting my wife and running in this way. That's what Rama says. So both working for their own welfare here. So Rama is always vigilant. Even when we see in Chitrakuta only, they started their journey in this way. So even now, when we go to Chitrakuta, the new kind of murti of Rama we can get only in Chitrakuta. There you can see Lakshmana one side and Rama one side, and in the middle Sita. That type of murti only we can get in that place only. There the Rama got this idea of sending Lakshmana in the front and he coming at the back, protecting Sita in the middle. That's why the Murti, even now, such kind of Murti we can get in Chitrakuta. That's what he says. And what Sita is doing, she wants her husband also to be happy. So with all this, all the ways, she is asking either Rama or Lakshmana. Ramam va Lakshmanam vapi prishtva janati janaki Ayodhya kroshamatre tu Biharam iva samshrita. She was asking about all the flora and fauna around that. So she was engaging both Rama and Lakshmana, and with this fruitful conversations, they were very happy in there. They were spending their time in Chitrakuta in good happiness. There is a research also nowadays in psychological science which says maintaining a stimulating conversation increases happiness among the couple. That's what the research says. So in this way they were very happy, and they were attuning to nature. Once you attune to the nature, there will be a very good romance. Even now, when you say when you ask for a couple, newly married couple, where have you gone, then they say naturally, even till this day they are saying some way, some place where the nature is to attune with nature for the romance is even now prevalent. No, whenever you see the married couple, you can see, whenever nowadays we know, in those days, they say they go for Darjeeling, Kodaikanal, Ooty. So we now nowadays not like that. Some people say Singapore, all where artificial nature is there. Artificially they have made the nature to enter their country, but we have so much of nature here. And normally when you attune to the nature, in all the that romance is very high. That is, you say, no, the uddipanam for the romance is the nature. We also started with this one, Swamcha Chittam Vilobayana, that is also here. And also Rama says to Sita that we have come to the forest, don't miss any of your friends, we can have the nature as our friends. Vaidehi ramase kachit chitrakote maya sah pashyanti vividan bhavan manovakaya samyatan manovakaya samyatan. How are you playing? How are you happy? Are you happy? Vaidehi, are you happy with this Chitrakuta mountain and attuning to this nature? How was your how is your manas, how is your walk, and how is your body. See, everything will be, attuned to the nature, everything will be pure. That's what here Rama is. So seeing all these, you have so many bhavas when you attune yourself to the nature. That's what here Sita Rama is asking. And another place also Rama says, you take this Mandakini as your friend. Attuning to nature and being in the real romance, the even if it is for very little period, we find it to be very long. Dirgha kalo shita. Chitrakuta is the place where Rama stayed only for 10 months. But when you say of Chitrakuta, even now, wa- all of us can say, when you say Chitrakutam, then immediately there is an yatra of Chitrakut, then immediately there will be 450 or 500 persons at a stretch registered. Why? Because the nature and the Rama's real romance took place in that place, Chitrakutam. And even now, Chitrakutam is a place where you cannot see temples like Tamil Nadu, like Brihadishwarar Kovil, Meenakshi Kovil, not like that. It is very easy to maintain a temple, but to maintain a place, no, wherever you go to Chitrakuta, there the people even now they say this is the rock where Rama and Sita were sleeping, where Rama were and Sita were cherishing together, where Rama and Sita were playing together. Like this, there are so many places, Dham, that is called Dham. So there are so many places even today. They have this is the place where the Kakasura came and Rama punished Kakasura, and after that they started playing together. This rock, this place, no, this is that place. Even now they say. So that is the um, here Rama says, this is the elixir that was spoken by our ancestors or elders. Idameva amrutam prahuhu. Like this, when you be attuned to the nature and enjoy the nature and enjoy our life, this is amrita. This is the elixir, says our elders. That's what Rama says. So Rama is actually perfectly transparent with Sita, and Sita is also 100% transparent with Rama. Here they say, Imam tu kalam vanite bijahrivan tvaya cha site saha lakshmanena cha ratim prapatsye kula dharma vardhinim satam pati svai niyamai paraistitah ratham patim svai niyamai paraistitah. That is what I started my lecture with. Kula dharma vardhinim. Here Rama says, "O Sita, I sport with you and Lakshmana here. I enjoy the joys that grow our dharma, being in the course of the great souls." So here, even this kama is for dharma. So wherever Rama says, the dharma is also will be there. Even in romance, they say Kula Dharma Vardhini. That is what here Rama says. Satam patihi swair niyamaihi paraihi stitaha. We see that Rama gives importance for dharma and the practices followed by our elders and predecessors. Okay, so this says Rama also shows that joy that they experience is intertwined with the dharma, that they follow all the practices they uphold. That's what this uh, Rama says. So, where I started is dharma intertwined with madhurya. So Rama is very happy to be here in real romance with without giving up their dharma, their practices. That's what here it says. Similarly, we see 95th Sarga where Rama and Sita descend from the hill and they were enjoying Mandakini and Chitrakuta mountains. He says, "This is gladdening us more than Ayodhya because I am with you." A husband has to say always, wanted to make the wife comfortable is these words we have to learn from Rama. He says repeatedly to Sita that Sita, with me, as long as you are with me, I will be very happy. As long as you are with me, I will be very happy. I don't need even my kingship, not my Ayodhya, but as long as Sita is with me, I will be happy. In this way, they were conversing and they were wandering through the dark and shining woods. That's what here Rama says. Similarly, another beautiful episode from Chitrakuta scenery. Rama and Sita were spending a long time frolicking in the nature, and Sita sits on Rama's laps, and Rama decorated Sita. That's what here. Uh, there are so many slokas which I cannot know. There are how Rama decorated Sita with Manashila, Manashilaya Stilakaha गण्डपार्श्वे निवेशितः त्वया प्रणष्टे तिलके तं किल स्मर्तुमर्हसि. That's what in Sundarakanda she says. She reminds of Chitrakuta in Sundarakanda, where she was alone in amidst of so much of Rakshasis with, very one-eyed Rakshasi, the eyes in their stomach in the somewhere in all so many descriptions Valmiki is saying in that place, even around seeing all those persons, she says, Valmiki says she did not see anything around her. She was only seeing Rama. She was, remembering all the happy episodes of Chitrakuta. She says this episode to Hanuman also. That's what, how Rama decorated her, how Rama decorated Sita with this Manashila Tilaka, and how he placed all the kesara flowers in her hair, how Rama decorates, and they were walking in the forest. Then Sita saw an monkey, and seeing the monkey again I say the same point. Seeing the monkey, she is not, she's a Kshatriyani. She will not be feared by all these monkeys. But now she says she was when she saw the monkey, she was very fearful. She went, she ran and hugged her husband. And this Manashila, which Rama kept in her, uh, which Rama decorated her, it went to the Vakshasthala of Rama. Then when she took her head, she saw something red here, and she was very fearful. Why? What blood is coming? Then Rama said, no, no, it's not blood. It is Murta Jayashri river. It is the, this is the chinha which you have made for me for my victory. That's what Rama says. So that is a very beautiful episode where Rama decorates Sita here. And another episode is Rama was happy with Sita. They were rejoicing amidst of the Ashoka trees. Sita wants Rama also to come with her, and both were no devoid of anguish, happily fulfills her wish and wanders with her like Shiva accompanying Gauri. That's what they were very happy. The couple adorns one another with Ashoka flower garlands and earrings, and they romance together. Now they both are separate. In isolation, they were there, so they were romancing together happily. Thus, the happy couple were wandering in many regions of the forest and returns to cottage happily. That's what the romance Valmiki is dealing on. And now we come to the final part of this lecture. We see that the life that of Rama and Sita is brimming with pure love and dharma. The interwoven love and dharma is the real romance we see in Ramayana. They led their lives in such a way that devotees can hear their stories and inculcate their lifestyle into daily practice. That's what Rama and Sita were seen as an ideal or a perfect couple. Till on date, we can follow Ramayana, following Ramayana, following Rama and Sita is for all. Even in this married life, Even in the romance, we can take their romance where the love and dharma are interwoven with each other. That's what is we say. So we see in this essay the lessons we can learn from the selected scenes of Ramayana, specific for couples, related to dharmic life and the happy sustenance of the family. Only when the couple are happy, a family we can uphold, and only when when the family is happy, the society will be happy. Only when the society is happy, then we will go for an universal welfare. With this, loka samasta sukilo bhavantu. With this, we finish this topic and we go to the next one. Jai Sitaram.
Namaste Mahodaya. Dhanyawadaha. I would like to ask the question regarding the modern parlance, right? We consider that our Rama and our Sita are ideal couple, and we want to imbibe, right, the qualities to be brought in our daily lives, right? And every step, every occasion of Ramayana talks about this dharma and even the forgiveness and the kind of understanding between the couple. In what way can we bring those attributes to our modern times? Because you had a very good preamble while you started your lecture, right? You presented the case that is what is needed right now to understand Rama and Sita and their dampatyam in a very proper manner. From the modern understanding, especially every occasion points out their conversation style, right? Their அவ விட்டு கொடுக்கறது, a lot of attributes we can say. uh, how can we bring back those original legacy to our modern time so that we can avoid the divorces, or because of the Ramayana the divorce percentage has come down? That is what our outcome should be. In what way we can work towards it?
Yes, I know. Gato margaha anugamyate. No, how our parents, our ancestors, our grandparents, they were telling all these bedtime stories. You can take Ramayana. These were all imbibed from the very young age, just as a bedtime story, so that till now this generation has come. Now we are in the place where we have to be very vigilant on our kids reading, no, all these Ramayanas which our ancestors were are telling as a bedtime stories were really, you know it was coming down from generations. But now what happened is there is no time for us to say bedtime stories, and there is no time for us to be vigilant to see what our kids are learning in the school. And the school, uh, slightly they have all made they have changed the entire Ramayana scenario to their own mode. You wanted to bring it back and you want to say Ramayana will stop the divorce rate. That's very happy to hear, but we do not know what the practice they are imbibing in the school children, in the young minds. Today morning we heard, no, 7 to 17 is the age where we have to definitely um, give all the whatever the important values we have to give to our kids. Nowadays we see, nowadays there is some kind of awareness coming amidst of parents. When there was one generation where there was no awareness on these things. Certainly that was where all these I'm sorry to say, that was the period where this feminism and all these things lifted up in Indian society especially. Though we also left the kids, that generation was completely not aware of the values which our Indian ethics, Indian values which our epics were teaching us. So now this is the place we have to be very vigilant on seeing what our kids are going to the place, what what they are learning. And nowadays in Sita Lakshmi we see many parents, they have realized the problem, and they are, they wanted the kids to come here and learn our epics in, they are also not in the place to teach them, because they left for a generation. So somebody who can teach, somebody from where the kids should learn the Indian values. That's what now there is a slight awareness in the parents. We see the parents coming here, and no parent saying that my kid has to become an engineer, a doctor. The last generation was there, their expectation was only this much. My my uh, my 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 kid has to become a collector, inspector, engineer, doctor, so on. After a period, they got their, no, there was, for everything there is a one line where the saturation point will come. That saturation point has come, and so much of money is also available now, and many parents I am seeing now, no, yes, that period was a time where the money was really lacking. So for that lack, what they did is they gave up their culture, they gave up their value, they gave up their principles, everything. Now, after having so much of things, so much of materialistic pleasures, now still there is a question mark where we are going. So now many parents, I'm hearing from many parents that we were somewhere out from this principles. At least, no, I have so much of money, I don't want my kid to earn. I have money for him, for his future I am having everything, but he has to come back to uh, learn Vedas. There have to be so many, like our Nalanda University, where all the foreign students were coming here to study. There have to be many institutions again to bring back all the kids and all the, to imbibe. So our there are so many persons. Today morning we heard Mahadevanji, he's working on Indian knowledge systems that has to flourish. He wanted to bring it very immediately, so it is not only his work, it is all of our work, entire Indian society's work, to bring back our principles and bring back our philosophy, and bring back our values to the next generation. That,
Throughout our Bharatam.
yes,
That
definitely.
is one of the solution and most prominent and promising solution. Thank you.
Yes,
Dhanyawada.
thank you.
Just I want to add one small thing. Um, a very famous book by Rajaji, abridged version of Ramayana. In the epilogue of that book, he says, he narrates a beautiful story. Rajaji and Gandhiji were sitting somewhere in the bank of Sabarmati, conversing. A child, a girl who grew in the ashrama, they got her married to some boy, newly married couple. They were very happy. And this girl was talking a lot about her married life in a happy way. And then Rajaji was surprised. Rajaji asked Gandhiji, she is a village girl and she is not familiar with very great love plays like All for Love or Romeo and Juliet. She has not read many love stories, but she knows so many things. How this is possible? Gandhiji smiled and said, she knows Ramayana, right? Rajaji was surprised. I have not seen Ramayana in this way. And that is also there in the epic. That's just the part of this Ramayana romance. Fine.
Just to add up what he answer, what was his question? Just to answer, add up is, when you grow the kids with the values from the beginning, then they will, like Anna said, um, when they come to know about Ramayana, they will, they can settle down their problems in their way only. there will be, you see, there are, you cannot say there will be no problems in a, yeah, an ideal couple or a perfect couple will also have problems, but they'll have solutions. That is what is very important. Solution is very important. The problem nowadays, you are not looking for the solution, you are going for the problem again and again and making it still severe. The problem is going on still severe and it's not coming down. No solutions are being given because no values are there with the kids.